hit it. So no one's been hearing what you've been saying.
Yep, nobody's been hearing what I've been saying. I've been chatting for a good almost 10 minutes.
Oh.
Okay, yeah, I've been talking for about 10 minutes, and you know that whole neurosparkly opening pain that I have going on? Yeah, that's me. Neurosparkly. Wow. Okay, so let's try this again. Adrian, hi, good morning. I'm glad you're here. Brian, I'm glad you haven't given up on me. So yes, this is good. This is what we're able to do. I'm going to shuffle over and let Crystal come on in. There we go. Got that? All right. Yay! Yay, we're back. Oh my word. Oh, wow. I'm so embarrassed. Okay.
Can we do it all again?
Yes, we're going to have to start all again.
It's actually kind of fun.
So I'm not sure if you can hear Crystal because her microphone is still charging. I thought it was charged already. Like I said, while I was silent, we are professionals. We know exactly what we know nothing. We know nothing. Okay, hello, Body Illusion. Okay, 2 for 1. Yes, you've got both of us. So for those of you who don't know me, I'm Kim.
And I'm Crystal.
This is Crystal.
I'm still waking up.
She's still, yeah. And that's okay. That's okay. We totally started without you. I thought I had hit the go live portion, and no, I totally didn't. So I am going to have to send an invite to, there we go. Oy vey. So I'm supposed to be talking about the stories behind Christmas carols. And I have this giant book just by my face for scale purposes. But the nice thing is the words are big enough I can actually read it. So that's nice. Anyway, so I want you to tell me in the chat what your favorite songs are. Oh wow, Mahash Tarash. Good. Oh, from Israel. Happy Hanukkah. Happy Hanukkah. Is tomorrow, you might already be on tomorrow.
25th.
The 25th is the first day of Hanukkah. Shalom, L'chaim. That's almost everything that I know. I'm sorry. Makers with Matrix Rabbit. Hi, Todd. Good morning. Welcome. I'm so glad to see you.
How are you doing, Todd? I haven't seen you in the last while.
Yeah, it's been quite some time. Adrian, no, there's bound to be teething problems. No pressure. Everyone is trying their best. Oh, thank you for your grace. I really appreciate that. And that's where everyone who's on today, but it's all good. Yeah, the 25th. It lands on the same day as Christmas this year. Shalom L'chaim. Okay, very good. Thank you. I said it right. I'm hoping. All right. My favorite song is The Bathroom Door Set Gentleman. I don't know that one. Never heard of it.
I'll be back in a minute.
Okay. She is going to go sneeze for a while. It may take a while. Anyways, so still in the hospital, you haven't gotten better. Well, my friend, this is me sending my good wishes out to you, and just rest into that healing process. Look it up. It's funny. Okay, I will have to do this song. The song the parody song, The Bathroom Door Said Gentleman. Okay, I'll have to look that one up later because my my computer is limited in its yeah. Can handle walk in. All right. Prayers and blessings, Matrix Rabbit. Rufa Shlema. Full health in Hebrew. Okay. I think I knew at one point in my life how to say thank you in Hebrew. I can say thank you in more than 40 languages, but apparently less than, or one less than I could like 10 minutes ago. So remind me, it's something. Oh man, yeah. Remind me how to say Toda. Toda. Yes, there we go. Thank you, Toda. Was it Toda or Toda? Which is, I like saying things properly because it's a language. It's not just something you spit out, right? Toda Rabba. Oh, very nice. Okay. Well, Toda Rabba, Mahnosh. I hope that you are in an area of Israel that is experiencing peace right now. My heart goes out to all Israelis, to all Persians. Unfortunately, governments are wild and terrible. Thank you very much. I appreciate that, Mahnosh. I was a teacher of English as a second language or subsequent language because many people speak many more than 2 languages. It's a parody of God Rest Ye Merry Gentlemen. Okay. So it would be oh hey. Okay, sorry, I'm looking for Brian's song. If he figured it out. I am just not seeing it.
Is that the one about the bathroom?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Okay. So tell me a favorite Christmas song that might actually be in here. This is my table of contents. I'm going to show you this and let me know which of these songs you really enjoy. I'm just going to leave this up here for a moment so that you have a chance to write them down and so that you're able to figure out what I could actually talk about. Parody songs, Palestinians and those who are suffering are innocent. Yes. Oh, ESL does explain it. I've had my teacher. Oh, good morning, Alfonso. Look it up later. You'll get it. Besides, I like God Rest Ye Merry Gentlemen. It's my favorite. Oh, I like the cadence. It is a fun cadence, isn't it? So let me see if I have the story behind that one. And if not, Crystal and I will actually sing it. Maybe. Good King Wenceslas. I do not have the story behind God Rest Ye Merry Gentlemen. And I don't have it in my book. So I won't know all the words. Hello, Alfonso. Feliz Navidad. Joyo. The word I'm... See, this is what happens when I'm not awake. Okay, it happens when I am awake too.
You're more awake than I am.
Yeah, she woke up like, what, 15 minutes ago? So let's see.
When my alarm went off at 7.
Yes. So we want lyrics to God Rest Ye Merry Gentlemen. Okay. Are you ready to sing?
Well, I can attempt
Joy to the World. Yes. Joy to the World is an excellent song. So, Joy to the World. That's the first one we have. Okay. Let me see if I have that one in here.
We can do God Rest Ye Merry Gentlemen.
We will do God Rest Ye Merry Gentlemen. I'm going to star that one so we don't forget to try it. I don't think I have Joy to the World. I don't have the story behind it, but it's one of those songs that kind of explains itself. So let's start with God Rest Ye Merry Gentlemen. God rest ye merry gentlemen, let nothing you dismay. Remember Christ our Savior was born on Christmas Day to save us all from Satan's power when we have gone astray. Oh, tidings of comfort and joy, comfort and joy. Oh, tidings of comfort and joy. God rest ye merry gentlemen, let nothing you dismay. Okay, okay, there we go.
Oh.
They repeated the same verse. See, this is what happens when you have to watch on, okay. In Bethlehem in Israel, the blessed babe was born, and laid within a manger upon this blessed morn. His mother, the which his mother Mary did take nothing in scorn. Oh, tidings of comfort and joy. Comfort, I think we switched keys. Oh, tidings of comfort and joy. Fear not, then said the angel, let nothing you affright. This day is born a Savior, a pure virgin bright, to free all those who trust in him from Satan's power and might. Oh, tidings of comfort and joy, comfort and joy. Oh, tidings of comfort and joy. Okay. Thank you, Mahnad, or Mahosh. Oh, okay. Now I've totally lost my pronunciation. All right. So I do have Joy to the World in my book, but not in this book. Thank you very much. I appreciate you enjoying it's complete gibberish. Lovely singing. Thank you. Thank you very much, Adrian. All right. So
I do much better when I'm awake and I've had a little bit of time to actually
clear
my throat.
Yeah,
and,
absolutely. I didn't even make myself coffee yet this morning. Ooh. Oh, well.
I don't drink coffee anymore. So.
Well, I drink decaffeinated coffee, so it doesn't really count, but I love the flavor. I love the flavor with chocolate, because it just makes that chocolate that much richer. So Mahosh, are you fluent in English? This is question. I can do the stereo overdubbed on your music with my organ and guitar and harmonica. Ooh, very nice. I'm going to do a cappella, I think, today.
Yeah.
Just because if we were in the same room, we could kind of work off each other's energy. But being in separate rooms, being in separate areas, it's difficult to have your flow follow my flow, follow your flow follow. It's just really tough to do that. So let's sing Joy to the World. Joy to the world, the Lord is come. Let earth receive her King. Let every heart prepare him room, and heaven and nature sing, and heaven and nature sing, and heaven and nature sing. He comes to me.
What? I don't know that verse.
Okay. Yeah, I have it written funny in my book. See, this is what happens when you haven't practiced these things. Okay. He rules the world with truth and grace and makes the nations prove the glories of his righteousness and wonders of his love and wonders of his love and wonders of his love. Okay, so joy to the world. All right, so let's start with some that I actually have the stories behind it here.
You are doing a great talking about White Christmas.
I was doing great talking about White Christmas with nobody listening. Now that I have people listening, it's a little different. So
the only thing is she was describing a movie, saying that it was one movie and totally describing a different movie.
Totally describing a different movie. Yeah. So if the microphone's over here, tell me if you can hear Crystal well enough. And I'm hoping you can hear us both because, I can lean in and we can both sing. So White Christmas.
This chair isn't very comfortable, but that's okay. It keeps sliding.
Yeah, it's a slippery chair. It's a slippery slope. Yeah. Okay.
I couldn't find the folding one.
Oh, okay. Oh, good. Mahosh can hear us both. So that's awesome. All right. So let's do White Christmas. I'm going to sing it with Crystal first. And yeah, let's sing it first. Hello, a Rolling Stone. Nice to see you. Let me know in the chat which of these is your favorite Christmas song, because I have lyrics, or at least most of them apparently, for these songs, but I have a tiny itty bitty little book, which is now under my phone. This little book right here. And it is the stories behind Christmas. So let's start with White Christmas, because I find the story behind this one kind of fascinating. It's not from the movie White Christmas. It's from the movie Holiday Inn. And I'm not going to tell you the synopsis of that movie.
Can I? Because you don't know it.
Oh no, I know it. I just always mix those two up, and I love them both. So we're not going to worry about the synopsis of the movie because that's not important. What's important is the story behind it. The First Noel and Silent Night. Oh yes, absolutely. And I do have the descriptions of both of those. So I'm going to star that so I don't forget it.
We got to do "Oh Come All Ye Faithful." That one's one of my favorite ones.
Yeah. Okay. So I will explain this one. Perhaps no single voice signals the beginning of Christmas season like that of Bing Crosby. By the same token, no modern secular Christmas song means so much to many as many as does White Christmas. Bing Crosby was born in Tacoma, Washington in 1901. Ooh, 1901. Dude. Good morning, Nose Opera. And raised in a Christian environment. Not only did he know most of the familiar Christmas carols by heart, he had been singing them since his youth. In the midst of the Great Depression, Bing then, by recording for Decca, went into the studios determined to put a facet of his faith on wax. Records used to be made of wax. Okay. Singing with the Guardsman Quartet, Crosby's Silent Night, Holy Night surprised everyone, topping out at number 7 on the hit parade charts. For his fans, it was also the first concrete step in forever linking the singer to the holidays. If Crosby wasn't the nation's premier singer, then Irving Berlin, born in Israel Balin in Mohilev, Russia, was his composing counterpart. Other tunesmiths might have been more sophisticated or even more talented, but no one had their finger on the nation's pulse like Berlin. He knew what Americans wanted. He sensed their dreams and their fears. And most remarkably, he was able to turn his knowledge into marvelous stories in song. The film Holiday Inn was typical of a Hollywood musical formula. A hero wanting to live his dream faces failure time and time again. And while searching for success, he falls in and out of love. The plot had been used on countless occasions in movies and on Broadway, but this film's hook was unique in the musical score, and the storyline tied it into the holidays. Facing the task of writing about the day Americans love to celebrate, Berlin's genius became evident again. He drew on his own experience and observations, a formula that seemed to work for him every time. As always, he composed easy-to-remember lyrics and melodies that went straight to the heart. Yet he was having a problem with one song in the movie. As a Jew, writing something for Christmas demanded insight he didn't feel that he had. But Berlin didn't beg off or turn the job over to someone else. With marked determination, he continued to toil over his assignment. As Berlin worked on his Christmas song, he considered what he did know of the holiday. As a New Yorker, when he thought of the season, he pictured snow and Santa, yet he spent many holiday seasons working in Los Angeles. He was well aware that for many, what made the atmosphere of Christmas special was more of a nostalgic dream than a reality. Across America, everyone wanted that perfect white day where treetops glisten and children anxiously await Santa's arrival. Everyone knew that the only Southern California location where it was ever going to snow was a Hollywood soundstage. Using this premise as an anchor, he wrote was to become the pivotal song for Holiday Inn, the song that would make the movie a classic. Absolutely. When he finished his work, Berlin was not sold on the first effort. He even thought about tearing up the pieces and starting over. But before he did, the disappointed writer took the time to sing it to Crosby. Bing loved it and convinced Berlin not to change anything about the tune he called White Christmas. Bing recorded it 6 months later, just after Holiday Inn hit the theaters in late summer. Decca released Crosby's White Christmas as a single. Over the course of the next 20 years, Bing Crosby's White Christmas landed on the charts 15 more times. Mm-hmm. It hit number one again in 1945 and 1946. Crosby's version eventually sold more than 30 million records. That's unheard of in that day and age. And spawned a successful motion picture of the same name. As long as children press their faces to the window for Santa, families making their plans to get together for holiday dinners, and folks dream of the snow of Christmas Day, there will always be a place for Bing Crosby's White Christmas. All right. Yes, White Christmas. There have been times where we live in Canada. The province that we live in is extremely big. It takes probably a good 20 to 24 hours to drive highway speed from bottom to top. And I can't remember how many highways there are. My husband works in a transportation industry. He'd be able to tell me. But White Christmas goes a little bit like this. And I'm going to say a little bit because we may mess it up. Okay. I'm dreaming of a white Christmas, just like the ones I used to know, where the treetops glisten and children listen to hear sleigh bells in the snow. I'm dreaming of a white Christmas, with every Christmas card I write. May your days be merry and bright, and may all your Christmases be white. I'm dreaming of a white Christmas, just like the ones I used to know, where the treetops glisten and children listen to hear sleigh bells in the snow. I'm dreaming of a white Christmas, with every Christmas card I write. May your days be merry and bright, and may all your Christmases be white. Okay, so the first Noel and Silent Night. The first Noel is page 36. All right. Oop, that's not 36. There we go. The first Noel is one of the oldest Christmas ballads still sung today, one of the few surviving early Christmas standards that can genuinely be earmarked as a folk song. Crystal, why don't you make your hot chocolate and do your meds and stuff? That way you're going to have a better voice and whatever.
I have to eat my meds.
Well, eat something then. Okay.
I'll be back.
Okay, she'll be back.
It just takes time to.
It takes time to clear the throat and the chest. Okay. Whoever was responsible for writing this carol was obviously incredibly enthusiastic about Christmas and fully understood the wonder of Christ's birth, but didn't have the full grasp on the scriptures that told the story of that birth. During the Middle Ages, this was often the rule rather than the exception. When the first Noel was written, there were very few Bibles in circulation. Most were either in churches or monasteries and were written in Latin. Common people rarely saw the Bible. And even if they would probably wouldn't have been able to read the words in the sacred book, since most people living in those times were illiterate. This was probably the case with the composer of the first Noel. With no Bible ready to guide him, the writer drew from the stories he had been told about the events of Christ's birth. Most he recounted accurately, but he erred when he depicted the shepherds following the star to Christ's birthplace. The Bible does not mention the star with the shepherds, only with the wise men. Another key element of this old hymn, the way in which the sentences are structured, which indicates that a man with no formal language training. First note, page 4. Nevertheless, the spirit found in the first Noel more than makes up for its lack of professional markers. For the first 300 years of its existence, 300 years of its existence, wow. The first Noel, like all other carols, was a part of religious services. New songs, even if they embraced a story from the scriptures, were not allowed in most churches. Because the clergy disdained carols like the first Noel, these songs became truly the holiday voice of the people. They related the joy of Christmas, the wonder of God sending a son to save every man and woman, no matter their station in life. The songs became part of a family tradition. Many of the holiday's most beloved songs would have been lost if common folk had not passed them down from generation to generation. Absolutely. The first Noel is totally one of those songs that we would have sung in church, that we would have been able to memorize even as children. Hang on, let's do that. Okay. The first Noel, the angels did say, was to certain poor shepherds in fields as they lay. I started too high. In fields where they lay keeping their sheep on a cold winter's night that was so deep. Noel, 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 Noel. Born is the the King of Israel. They looked up and saw a star shining in the east beyond them far, and to the earth it gave great light, and so it continued both day and night. Noel, 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 born is the King of Israel, and by the light of that same star, 3 wise men came from country far. To seek for a king was their intent, and to follow the star wherever it went. Noel, 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 born is the King of Israel. Noel, 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 born is the King of Israel. Apparently I know a different tune than she does. Okay. All right.
I'm just trying not to sing quite so high soprano.
That was alto.
Wow.
Yeah, if I didn't have to go into my, anyway. O Little Town of Bethlehem is another really popular song. 115, there we go. On December 24th, 1865, Philip Brooks was half a world away from home and feeling like an older man than his 30 years. Already recognized as one of the most dynamic Christian voices in America, it was Brooks, only 6 years into his ministry, who had been called upon in May to give the funeral message over President Abraham Lincoln. Wow. That solemn honor, in tandem with leading the congregation of Philadelphia's Holy Trinity Church through the bloody years of the Civil War, had taken its toll. Worn out and badly needing a spiritual rebirth, Brooks took a sabbatical and left the United States to tour the Middle East. On Christmas Eve in Jerusalem, the American felt an urge to get away from the hundreds of other pilgrims who had journeyed to the Holy Land for the holidays. Although warned that he might encounter thieves, the preacher borrowed a horse and set out across the desolate and unforgiving countryside. For many peaceful hours, he was alone with his thoughts as he studied the land that had changed little since the days of Paul and Timothy. For the minister, December 24th was a wonderful time of prayer and meditation. At dusk, a sudden sense of awe fell over Brooks. Under a clear sky, the first stars beginning to emerge, he rode into the tiny little remote village of Bethlehem. He recalled the story of the birth of his Savior, and by being present in the place where Jesus was born, was able to add vivid detail to the familiar tale in Scripture. The great speaker was all but speechless as he considered the heavenly King born in such modest surroundings. There, on the streets, almost unchanged since biblical times, Brooks felt as if he were surrounded by the spirit of the first Christmas. He would later tell his family and friends that the experience was so overpowering that it would forever be singing in my soul. Returning from his sabbatical with renewed vigor, Brooks tried to relate to his congregation the incredible experience of walking where Jesus had walked. Yet Brooks's unparalleled oratory fell short. For the next 3 years, the singing in his soul remained strong, but the inability to share the stirring imagery haunted him to such an extent that he wrote the following note in his journal. We're quoting here. Before dark, we rode out of the town to the field where they say the shepherds saw the star. It is a fenced piece of ground. Again, the shepherds didn't see the. Well, the shepherds might have seen the star. It was pretty bright. But anyways,
They
they followed the angels.
They saw the brightness of the angels.
No, they would have seen the star because that was supposed to take them to Bethlehem. That's where they found the.
No, that was the wise men that saw the star and it took them to Bethlehem.
Okay.
The shepherds were told
by the angels.
By the angels to go to Bethlehem.
Ah, yes.
And that they would
one would think that, yeah.
And that they would find the baby laying in a manger.
Yes.
Wrapped in swaddling cloths, which they would know where that manger was.
Yeah. And I can tell you the story behind the swaddling cloths and all of that in a few minutes. Okay. Somewhere in those fields we rode through, the shepherds must have been. As we passed, the shepherds were still keeping watch over their flocks. I was standing in the old church in Bethlehem, close to the spot where Jesus was born, when the whole church was ringing hour after hour with splendid hymns of praise to God. How again and again it seemed if I could hear the voices I know well, teaching each other of the Savior's birth. Still after reliving this rich experience, inspiration about how to convey those amazing moments to his flock did not visit the preacher. When Brooks looked ahead to the holiday season of 1868, he again thought of riding into Bethlehem at dusk and the church service that had followed. This time he didn't force the words out. He simply relived the experience and jotted down the lines that seemed to float into his head. His thoughts soon turned into the form of a poem. When he finished, he hurried to share it with Louis Redner. When reading the simple words, Redner finally understood the power of what Brooks had experienced in the Holy Land. To further share his message, the organist tried to compose music to accompany the poem. For hours, he struggled at the piano. Finally, on December 24th, as Redner went to bed, he was forced to admit he had failed. It was only in his bed, long after he had given up his efforts, that the organist found an unadorned and straightforward tune. Rubbing the sleep from his eyes, Redner discovered the tune given to him in a slumber perfectly fit Phillips Brooks's words. As if blessed by God himself on Christmas morning, O Little Town of Bethlehem was complete. Oh, that is so beautiful. I read these stories probably 20 or so years ago. So it's been a while. And so let's sing. Yeah, we can do all three verses. Okay. Oh, little town of Bethlehem, how still we see thee lie. Above thy deep and dreamless sleep, the silent stars go by. Yet in thy dark streets shineth the everlasting light. The hopes and fears of all the years are met in thee tonight. For Christ is born of Mary and gathered all above. While mortals sleep, the angels keep the watch of wandering love. O morning stars together proclaim the holy birth, and praises sing to God the King, and peace to man on earth. How silently the wondrous gift is given. So God imparts to human hearts the blessings of his heaven. No ear may hear his coming, but in this world of sin, where meek souls will receive him still, the dear Christ enters in. Okay, that is a really cool song to know that it was actually available for the first time only on Christmas morning. So I am going to check the schedule, and I'm going to go to the Village. Oh, come on. There we go. Where's the Village? And see who is supposed to be next. Okay, because it's now 7:00, and I don't want to turn that on. Hang on, I could turn it on with no sound. All right, there we go. So the Village is presenting 24 hours, actually 48 hours, 48 hours of, that's 47, 48 hours of interruption-free content. Since we interrupted, we will talk a little bit more about how O Come All Ye Faithful, O Little Town of Bethlehem, the first Noel, were so instrumental in forming us as Christians in our view of what Christmas would look like. And that would be different from the Jews or Israelites or Israelis, however you would prefer to have it. I'm going to say Jews because that was their faith. Judaism is still a faith, and it is something that I think is very important. Do you know what key the songs are in, so I can go back later in the multi-track to add the instrument? I have no idea what song the keys are. You can tell from our singing, we don't know. We don't know. I'm so sorry.
I think we
made up a new key. It's the key of Kim.
Sounds good.
Yeah, it's the K key. That's right. K flat.
Works for both of us.
Works for both of us. That's right. So when we as Christians think about Christmas, so many people still think of snow. So many people still think of just a busy time in Jewish history where Herod Antipas? Yes, Herod Antipas was king over Israel, and he was a very jealous king. He even actually killed his own children so that they could not ascend to the throne. He wanted to live forever. Fortunately for the rest of us, he wasn't going to live forever. Only Jesus lives forever. I would love to hear from, oh gracious, Mahosh. Oh gracious, I can't talk this morning. From Maash to hear what it's like in Israel this time of year specifically. What I know is there's no snow except if you're up really high in the mountains. I'm pretty certain Bethlehem is not really up high in the mountains. So it would be down in a desert area. It would be dirt roads. It would be houses. And what we frequently will see, no, we don't have it on this one, in our religious books, etc., is a stable separate from the entire community. And inside here's my Mary and Joseph. And baby, you need to put in a baby Jesus. Put your finger in there.
No thanks.
Okay, she's not going to be baby Jesus. Anyway, with a Mary and Joseph. And they had to rush to this place to get to having this baby. Well, nowhere in the actual story does it say that they had to be in a rush. They just say that there was no room for them in the inn, and it was the baby's time to come. So it doesn't mean she was like in labor necessarily at that moment. It could be that her time to come was any time within the next week to 10 days. It could have been. So that is simply tradition. It makes for a great adventure. And being able to hold close to my heart the biblical version of what happened in Bethlehem is something that I really, really appreciate. I went to school to learn biblical and intercultural studies, as well to get a teaching certificate for English as a subsequent language. It was a bit ambitious, especially with 2 preschoolers. I don't highly recommend it. But something that was pointed out by a woman who had lived, she wasn't Jewish, but she had lived in Israel for a number of years. Her parents were, I don't remember if they were ambassadors or if they were missionaries. I don't recall. But she was able to live in that country. And she said, no, the stables are not out somewhere outside of town, because that would have been totally open for wild animals to come get them. They were an area under the house.
There were caves.
Some of them might have been caves, but she said that the stables that she knew of were all, there was house, and then there was stable, and then like the stable was on the main floor. Please let me know, Mahash, if I am correct in that, because I would love to have the correct picture in my mind as I'm going forward in thinking of how Jesus was born.
Well, the stable that he was born in was actually where the sacrificial lambs would have been taken because they were pure.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason for the swaddling clothes, the swaddling clothes were actually the old priests' garments that they couldn't wear anymore, were cut into strips, and they would wrap the lambs in them to keep them from being bumped or bruised,
injured, and yeah, stained.
And that was where, so when the shepherds were told to go to Bethlehem and you would find them wrapped in swaddling clothes laying in a manger, they knew that they were going to where the sacrificial lambs
Mm-hmm.
would have been housed.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where the symbolism is in with Jesus, because he was to be the ultimate sacrificial lamb.
Absolutely.
And I think that is just so cool.
It is. It absolutely is. I'm going to send Mish the link to where we are right now in StreamYard, because I don't know who is supposed to be coming. I don't have anybody coming to my thing yet, so that's okay. We can talk forever. I mean, the two of us,
Yeah,
we're a little verbose. So,
but we do need to head into Saskatoon
oh yeah, no,
sometime this morning.
in about an hour. In about an hour, we need to head to the city.
Yeah.
So yeah,
My cats need something to eat, so
food
and
is kind of essential.
And I can actually get a discount today, so
Yes.
I will take it, especially when it's over $100 to feed them.
Wow. How long does it last, that amount of food?
Well, it depends. Like that's the dry. Most of the if I get a big bag of each, because I mix 2 or 3 different types of food, so that's why it's well over 100.
Mm-hmm.
It usually lasts 2 to 3 months.
That's actually not bad.
No,
For $100 when you think of humans eating that amount of.
Yeah. But I need to start changing them to a different wet food, because they've been puking a lot.
Oh.
So I need to get the more expensive.
Yeah.
The food that I've been feeding them changed their formulas, I think.
Oh no.
Because it's just been recently that they've started to get sick on it. So.
Okay.
That being said, if anybody knows a place I can take my my beautiful Leo, somebody who would like to take him.
Yeah.
If you're in Canada and fairly close to us.
Within a reasonable drive.
Yes.
Yeah, it's one of those things where we want to be able to have a new home for this kitty cat, but we aren't going to drive like 18 hours to get there. So yeah,
No, you'd be having to come get him.
pretty much, absolutely, yes.
I need to find him a new home by about mid-January.
Yeah.
Is what I'm figuring.
And that's one thing at this Christmas season. As you all know, Christmas isn't easy for everybody. So for this Christmas season, it's a little bit of a bittersweet Christmas for Crystal. It's bitter because she knows she has to get rid of one of her beloved children. Her kitty cats are her kids. Absolutely.
And they're my supports.
They are her support. Yeah. She needs mental and emotional support. And these cats are both. She has 2 cats, one female, one male. And they are both, they each do a different function. And, oh, you're going to show pictures?
Of course.
Of course. Okay, let's see. Photos don't always show up really well when I try to do it. So, okay. Well, there's their backs. Let's see if you can see their faces.
Well, you know, I've got a whole...
She has a whole load of pictures there. Yes, absolutely.
There's
So,
a pretty good one of them.
okay.
I don't know if that's
Okay,
going
now
to show.
turn it sideways.
That's...
There we go. You can sort of see them if you look sideways. That's the weird thing about this camera, is it does not show. So many cameras will show perfect pictures off a phone. Mine won't. I have a unique setup. I like unique, but that's one thing that I could do without.
My one I'm trying to rehome is 3.5 years old. He's a long-haired male. His mother had part ragdoll in him.
Mm-hmm. And if you know what a ragdoll cat is, describe a ragdoll.
A ragdoll cat is a breed, but they're known for their attitude. They're a very cuddly. I used to know more. Let's just put it this way. He's an orange tabby male. That says it all.
He's a redhead, is what she's saying. And this is my natural color, which is still red hair. But, you know, I wanted something a little different, so I did the outside in a deeper red. So anyway. But yeah, this is something that Crystal is not looking forward to in the new year, but something that Crystal's...
I am looking forward to moving.
She's looking forward to moving. But as well, something that she hasn't done in a very long time is spend Christmas with a family. And as soon as I heard that, I'm like, okay, so what time on Christmas are you going to be here? You have no choice. If you aren't here, I'm coming to get you. So Crystal got here yesterday afternoon, got errands, do errands. Awesome. Thank you, Brian, for being here. I really appreciate you.
Yes.
Ta-ta for now. Like Tigger. Anyways, so yeah, it's just one of those things where we just are so grateful to have Crystal here. This afternoon, or tomorrow afternoon, Christmas afternoon, we're also going to have another couple of people join us. Did you know this, Ravi? People join us?
Kind of heard you talking about it last night, and I'm like, okay.
Okay. But it's a couple who have been distanced from their family. And so they didn't have a family to be with on Christmas Day either. So they're coming here. We're going to play games. Hilarity will ensue. And we will eat sometime 3, 4. I don't think that matters. But yeah, so we're going to have a bunch of people who are misfits, just like me. I like misfits. Misfits are awesome people. If we didn't have misfits, the fits wouldn't be so boring. So anyway, so all of you in the chat, you are misfits like us. You are the people who need connection this time of year, who need connection with a chosen family, not necessarily a blood family. we really appreciate that about you. We really appreciate that you are absolutely part of who we are, where we are. And I am so grateful that I found you guys. This is awesome. I don't know.
I'm just trying to figure that out now.
Okay. I'm just going to hang on here. I'm going to go to a different tab. Yes, you are going to see me looking in strange places. Oops, that's not what I want. I want...
Oh, well, according to this thing, we were supposed to be on at 6.
Oh, okay.
Not 7.
Well, 6 o'clock in their time zone might have been 7 here.
No, this is all Central Time.
Oh, is it? Okay.
It's supposed to be Ben Bacon Bits next.
Okay, Ben Bacon Bits. I don't know where you are. So I am going to simply close this up. And Ben, if you can hear me, try logging into my my link that I put into the chat just a minute ago. I have to show you my very cute little penguin nail. What can I say? I love getting my nails done. It's one of those things that make me happy.
He is live.
He is live. He's going live right now.
Yep.
Okay. So I don't know if he is on. Is he on?
That's on his channel. So
It's on his channel.
if he's.
But I don't know if he's on.
He started 15 minutes ago.
Yep, that would have been 8 o'clock. But I'm not seeing him on the Village. So
I'll.
What will we do? Let's check with Misha.
I just let him know that he's not streaming on the Village. Is Misha even up?
I don't know. Okay, maybe I should ask Keela. Keela might know this.
Looks like he's got a good crew over there.
Yeah, I'm a little jealous. Oh, Adrian from our chat is over there. Yep, Adrian from our chat is over there. So
yeah.
I'm going to assume that we are talking to just my group. And yeah, so I have no idea what you actually heard over there, what you didn't hear over there, but I'm going to refresh the Village. Again, I'm not seeing anybody else, but then again, we will see what happens. Okay, Crystal and I are on the Village right now. So I'm going to ask her what time she needs us to finish.
Ben is on his channel.
Okay. So Ben is on his channel. We are on our channel, also on the Village. Hello, Village. Nice to see you this morning. And just let me know when we are to pass it on to the next people, because we don't want to overtake your morning. I mean, as much as we love y'all, we don't want to overtake your morning. We want to be able to bless you with lots of different people, lots of different family members, so that you know how loved and how appreciated you all are, because without you, the Village wouldn't exist. Without you, it takes a village to raise a child, but it also takes a village to house adults, to house people who need each other. The Village is not about one central group and then spreading out from there. The Village is all about everybody working together to create a harmonious place. And yeah, Misha just said, "Oh wow, you two weren't even supposed to be on this morning. You two are beautiful." Yeah, we didn't know we were supposed to be on either. So yeah, it was a surprise to us. So it's just a really good thing that God woke me up when he did, because it's the way it is. And so let's see if we can. I know I have more stories behind songs, but I am supposed to be on tomorrow morning, and I'm supposed to be doing this song, stories behind songs tomorrow as well. So I want to be able to, God is good all the time, baby.
And we are on later on tonight too.
Yeah, we're on tonight as well, just to talk about our own Christmas experiences. I'm also going to be on at 2:00 Central Time this afternoon to do a devotional, and the devotional is going to be about the eve of something new. The eve of something new. That is kind of what this is all about. I'm going to download a slide of something that I met. Something that I made, not met. Okay, apparently I'm not going to do that because I didn't do it in PDF format. I thought I had. Anyway, yesterday was Christmas Adam, because Christmas Adam came before Christmas Eve, and we celebrate with spare ribs. Yes, we do. Yep. Misha will stream
about 5 minutes.
In about 5 minutes. Awesome. So Mish, you can follow the link in the what's the word I'm looking for?
I don't know.
The chat. Oh wow. I eventually will wake up, or I will just go back to bed for a nap. No, I have to stay up now and get ready to go to the city. Yeah. It's been really foggy where we are, like super foggy. So the trees
are beautiful.
Oh, they're gorgeous. And for those of you who are on my Facebook, come by and check out my Facebook. I would love to have you join me on Facebook. And no, that's just the general Facebook page. I would love to have you join me on Facebook. And on there, you can see my house and what it looks like. I took a picture of it last night, and it is absolutely gorgeous. The frost on there is spectacular. It's a spectacular vision. Maybe I didn't put it on here. Oh my word. I am absolutely behind on my other's keeper. Gracious. There we go.
We'll get it all figured out.
Yes. So this is, that's why I did it as an announcement for our stream later on tomorrow morning, 6 a.m. CST Christmas Day. But if you take a look on my copy, my Facebook, you can follow the link here. Click like, click subscribe, same with the channel. And you will be able to see this beautiful, beautiful scenery that we are able to see, because it's just the frost makes everything brand new and sparkly. And when the sun is out and you see this frost, it's as if you have diamonds just entering the trees, and even the trees with the finest little branches are accentuated with that extra bit of gloriousness, that extra bit of diamonds. Just it's phenomenal. So driving is difficult, but the view is gorgeous. So
they're in the process of working at getting Ben Bacon Bits channel up. So if you are still here, you can at least head over to his channel. It says we're hoping to get back connected with the village ASAP.
Yep. And so we're going to continue on here. We're going to chat just mindlessly in many, many years. Okay, I'm just going to tell you a little bit about the story of me and Crystal. My dad was a pastor. He was abusive. I lived in a dysfunctional home, but he was the pastor of the church where Crystal attended with her family as she was growing up. So I knew Crystal when she was about 9 years old. We only lived there for 10 months. So a school year worth of time, but we arrived in July. We left in May. So, yeah.
And she dated my brother because my brother seemed to like to go after the preacher's daughters.
Yeah. Yeah, he did.
She wasn't the first preacher's kid that he dated.
Oh, I thought he just had a crush on her.
Oh, maybe it was just a crush.
Yeah. No, there was another preacher's daughter. I was a little jealous because every church that we went to, that family seemed to go just before us, and everybody had a crush on this girl. So yeah, I still know her. She's a wonderful woman.
Hey, but you got him.
Oh, that was a blessing. Now, the story behind that is Crystal's brother was abusive. He essayed both of us. Her significantly more than me. Me, it only happened once. And it happened to be a Christmas vacation when I was in grade 11, grade 12, something like that. Anyway, about that age. So this will be pretty much the first Christmas that we've seen each other since we're grown-ups. We got back in touch on Facebook in October a year ago.
Yeah.
But we didn't know how the other would react to us,
Yeah. It was really slow to begin with, and then I ended up having a really tough day and said something on Facebook, and Kim reached out, and the rest is history.
We had like a 5-hour talk that day. It was long.
Well, we talked for about 2 hours, and then she had to go and get her daughter, and then when she came back, we ended up talking for another
long time,
3 or 4 hours or something like that.
Yeah, it was just amazing. God really brought us together, because without me, she wouldn't have you. And without you, I wouldn't have connection there either. And so I'm so grateful that we have you. I'm so grateful that you are a part of this community. You are part of who I am. And I generally like me. I say that because in like 90% of the matrix that you would judge by, I am really very confident. I really am very much somebody who I like me. But then there's also this self-doubt, this self-hatred, this part of me that thinks that I am not worthy. And I know all of you have that same type of feeling right now, because that's why we're here. We're afraid. And our families, our birth families, maybe they're not a safe place physically. Maybe they're not a safe place emotionally. Maybe they're not a safe place mentally. But we understand. We get it. If you're sick, we've been there. We have really been there. Check out my channel. You will see a lot of stories from people who are very broken. And I simply give a space for them to share and to open their hearts to others, to open their hearts to me. I ask a few questions. It's not a formal interview style, but at the same time, it's one of those things where I think I ask the questions that most people want to know. The stories behind who my friends are absolutely incredible. Excuse me. When we come together as a family like this, we come together as broken people, and each of us has our own breaks. And there is a type of fixing in Japan that's used when a bowl breaks or something like that. What's it called?
Kinetsu? No.
Kinzu? Is it Kinzu?
I don't know. I can't remember how to pronounce it.
Okay. Anyway, it's something like that. And what happens then is this broken piece of pottery will be fixed with gold. So this area here, and then they will put it together, and it will be fixed with a piece of gold. And then this part, broken part, will be put together, fixed with a piece of gold. So you end up having a much more beautiful piece of pottery, a much more valuable dish with all of those breaks and all of that fixing. It's a beautiful picture. That is an absolutely beautiful picture. It's something I wish I could grab a screenshot somewhere. You talk for a minute. I'm gonna look for a picture.
Well, I'm trying to connect with Misha here to find out if everybody's gone to Ben's channel or if we just keep talking.
I think we're going to keep talking. Oh, hang on. I like this one better. Copy image. Continue on.
I don't know what to say. I'm still half asleep.
That's okay. So tell me what you're looking forward to in this next year. What are 4 things that you are looking forward to?
Moving?
Okay. Why are you looking forward to moving?
New beginnings.
New beginnings. New beginnings from what?
My trailer has become emotionally toxic to me. And so I need a new beginning to
Mm-hmm.
I need a new beginning.
Mm-hmm.
Just to start fresh and hopefully make it so that I can handle life again.
Okay.
Looking forward to selling my trailer, which is what has to happen to move
Mm-hmm.
or to complete the move. And new diagnoses.
Okay, so why are you looking for new diagnoses?
To find out what's wrong with me.
Well, we all know what's wrong with you.
Yeah, I know. I got a few screws are loose.
A little bit.
But no, I want to find out what's wrong so that I know how to go forward. And yeah, I guess that's
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Knowing what has gone wrong is just important in my point of view. Good morning, living my best life at 60. You're Echo, correct? I seem to recall that's your. I am so bad at names.
Yes.
Bad at names. Okay, so Echo.
Well, Misha finally saw my
Okay.
question, so hopefully we'll get an answer soon.
Awesome. Okay, so this is a Kinzu bowl. like I said, it is one of the most beautiful things that happens when something breaks in Japan. Traditionally, what breaks in Japan, these cracks are filled in, and it makes such a beautiful array when you're looking at something that has been broken, has been repaired, and the breaks are celebrated. They're not, it's not thrown away. It's not a piece of garbage. I am broken. I am not a piece of garbage. She is broken. She is not a piece of garbage. We are kinzu. We are absolutely put together with gold. We've been fired so that impurities have been gone. It's one of those things where we can work together. We can work through our problems together. We can work through our problems with you. You can help us so much. It's something that is totally important to me because I need you. I do. I really do. There are people who don't see this type of interaction as being truly social. They see it as parasocial, which is a word that really bothers some people, because parasocial means that it's just not quite. It's beside what social is. The difference between that and who we are on this channel, on Awakened by the Looking, on Awakened's channel, on The Village, on From a Poet with Brian Lucas, Living My Best Life at 60. These are all channels. I Am the Noise Opera. These are all channels where you will find broken people. And we have come together in a beautiful, beautiful kinzu. I may be this little tiny spot in the middle. So I could be just this little tiny, this is Miss Ha's daughter.
Hi, Allison.
Her PC is frozen, but she said y'all are good. Okay, good, good. Hi, Allison. Okay. Oh, Mish's daughter. There we go. Alice Ann, I believe is how you say it. Alice Ann.
Yeah.
Okay. I can't believe she says we're all good. So Misha, if you are ready to come on here. I don't know exactly how we are going to do it. Tell me in the chat. Tell me on Facebook, whichever you prefer. And I will be very happy to pass the reins over to you, my friend. The other thing is, with this particular method of communicating, there are people who are not comfortable having their faces shown. There are people who are not comfortable having their surroundings shown. So we can edit. No, I can't. There we go. No, it's not going to let me turn off my camera. Okay. But a person who is a guest with me can go on with
At the bottom.
stop camera. There we go. So you can still hear me talk, but you will see this avatar. And that's what Misha does. So she is comfortable. So she is able to be herself, and she is able to reach out to you genuinely and have the
There's
connection.
others that do it that way too.
Absolutely. Yep. His name has escaped me.
Matrix Rabbit.
Yes,
that.
Matrix Rabbit. That's the one I was looking for. Matrix Rabbit does
And
that.
a few others.
Yep. And frankly, I think that's a wonderful thing that we can do, because not everybody has the same comfort level. I am generally an open book. I am an oversharer. I'm just going to put on some lip stuff so my lips don't stick together. Okay. But I'm generally an oversharer. I am somebody who has few boundaries, but there are some that that I think are important for me to keep. On my devotionals, I've been talking about miracles that happen. I've been talking about connection, about how to bless each other, how to listen for other people to bless us, because that is just as important as reaching out and blessing. Having somebody fill your cup, you can't.
Okay.
I don't want to go unless there's somebody ready to go on the village. I don't want to leave an empty spot, because that's why people are here. They're here so that they're not left alone. They're here so that they are able to reach out and be reached. We're filling their cup, and that is actually filling my cup. I receive energy from people when I help them. That is one of my best things. I love it. And when I see somebody who is not with a family for Christmas, when I see somebody,
I am now.
You are now. Yes, absolutely. When I see somebody who is lonely or scared or tired, the Benazon can't transfer the feed.
Okay, so we have to get off so that she can link Ben in.
Okay, is that what has to happen, Misha? Do we have to get off so that Ben can link into the village? Because I don't want to be taking up his time. I've been on for almost 2 hours.
And he has been going for about 20 minutes.
No, 40 minutes. He started at
40.
8.
Okay.
Yeah, no, and he's a smart guy. He has a group of people on actually right now. And so there's a little bit of a panel.
Okay, so yes, we have to leave so that she can link Ben into. So we're going to say goodbye. You need to go in.
No, they can still see us.
Yeah.
On your phone, you can't.
No, on here. She says, yeah, love you, but yes.
Okay.
So we have to leave so that she can link Ben into.
All right. So have an awesome day, everybody.
See you later.
We are professionals. We know nothing. We will see you later. I will talk to you at 2 o'clock this afternoon for devotional, and I will see you then. Bless you until then. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Because if you think about it, if you know the story of Jesus, if you know the story of any